I've been waking up somewhere between 4 and 5 in the morning for the last 5 years, and I can honestly say it has been one of the most life transforming habits ever. And so in this video today, I want to give you my top 5 reasons to wake up by 5 a.m. My name is Jarvis. I'm the morning hero, and I wake up at 5 a.m. I get more stuff done. I'm more productive, and now I show other people how to take charge of their time and take charge of their day by harnessing this small habit of waking up early. If you're interested in that, you can go to themorninghero.com, where I have a free download of my top 5 tricks to help train you to wake up at 5 a.m. so you can get more stuff done and take more control back of your life. And if this is your first time joining, go ahead and subscribe, because I go live 3 times a week where I'm dishing out productivity tips and tricks to help you maximize your time and maximize your life. So my top 5 ways or reasons for waking up early. First reason is there's peace and quiet in the morning that you just don't get at any other time of day. I remember when I was starting to build my business, one of the most frustrating things was I would wake up right into the chatter and the chaos of the day. By the time I got up, there was emails flying, there's text messages, there's social media, the news is going off the charts. By the time I was waking up around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and by the time I was getting up, the world was already going 1,000 miles an hour, and the whirlwind was already swirling all around me, and I never felt like I can get ahead. I always felt like I was playing catch up and behind all day. And when I started waking up before 5, I recognized that none of that chatter and chaos was going on. Like, there was just this peace, this quiet, this solitude, and I had time. I had time to meditate and just listen to my thoughts and get clear on things and map out my goals without this urgency of needing to respond to somebody or address a situation. Like, I just had this space, this peace, this quiet that I just couldn't get at any other point in the day. So that was the very first benefit I noticed, is that for my own mental sanity and mental clarity, I needed that time for myself, to just be able to be with myself, to sort my own thoughts and process things. The second biggest benefit is you have time. By waking up 2 extra hours in the morning, I had 2 extra hours to myself to do things that otherwise I always made excuses that I didn't have time to do. And most of the time, the things that you tend to push off are the things like for yourself. And so things like working out consistently. I never felt that I had time to work out. I was always working, or I had to be with family, or I was doing something, or I was just tired. And so by waking up earlier, now I didn't have this excuse of I just don't have time. I had time because I was getting up early to do it. So I got really, really consistent with my working out. And since I started doing this, I lost 30 pounds just because I was able to be more consistent with working out by shifting it to the morning, because I had time. Things like my hobbies. I love golfing and I love doing all these things. I always said I never had time to do those things. Well, now by getting up earlier, I was able to finish work earlier. And so now I had a whole 2 extra hours to my afternoon. By starting work early, I was able to finish work early. And so now I have time to go golfing in the afternoon. Like, by waking up early, the biggest thing you'll notice is that you have more time to do things for your business, but more importantly, more time to do things for yourself. The things that you normally don't make time for, now you have time to do those things. The third biggest benefit is your brain. You're actually sharper first thing in the morning. When I sit down and I take that first cup of coffee, that first sip of coffee, my brain is firing and I'm coming up with all kinds of ideas. I'm solving problems, things that I'm normally stuck on. I'm blazing through it. For me, my brain is like at its peak in the morning hours, and that's where I get my most creative, my most cerebral work done is first thing in the morning. There's that peace and quiet, and then just your cortisol levels are peaked first thing in the morning. So scientifically, your brain and your neurons are firing sharper than they are in the later parts of the day. So I stack my morning with the most important work that I have to get done, the most creative work, the most strategic work, the things that need my brain at its sharpest. I do first thing in the morning, and I'm actually way more productive when I do those things first in the morning, instead of trying to push those things to later in the afternoon where my brain is dull, I'm exhausted, and it just takes me longer to do those things. So this is the greatest way to increase your productivity. Stack your morning with the things that require your brain the most, and you'll actually do those things way faster than if you tried to push those things to the afternoon. All right, number 4, no excuses. Again, this goes back to having more time. When you have more time, when you prioritize getting up earlier, you don't have any excuse why you couldn't do the thing that you should have done, right? You've got time in a day. You've got an extra 2 hours. You've got peace and quiet. You've got no distractions. There's nothing that's going to take you away from doing what you should be doing. You have no excuse why you can't do it. I remember there was a period where I wanted to train for a half marathon. And, every day I had an excuse. 2 weeks into my training, I still hadn't gone out and started running yet. And every day I had this excuse of, work is going crazy, or I get home and I'm just too tired. I'm exhausted, or I'm hungry. I need to go do it. I had every other excuse in the world why I couldn't go run that day. During that time period, I committed to waking up 30 minutes earlier in the day. So instead of waking up at 5, I started waking up at 4:30. And that extra 30 minutes, now as soon as I got up and I strapped on my shoes and I went for a run. And so by waking up a little earlier, now I didn't have this excuse anymore. And I think I would challenge you, whatever right now you're saying you don't have time to do, can you wake up a little earlier to do that thing? And now you don't have an excuse of why you can't do it. Whatever it is, you don't have time to read. Wake up a little earlier to read. You don't have time to meditate. Wake up a little earlier to meditate. By waking up earlier, it eliminates any excuse that you have of why you can't do the things that you know you should be doing on a consistent basis. And number 5, this is one of the biggest benefits, is that you build momentum for the day. Again, when you wake up right into the chaos, you never get a running start. It's like you wake up and there's already stuff pulling at you. It's already stuff dragging you down. It's already stuff pulling your attention in different directions, and you never get a head start. And so by getting up earlier, it allows you this space, this time, this freedom to start running before all the obstacles of the day get ahead of you. And so by the time 7 a.m. rolls around, I've already worked out. I've already mapped game plan to my business. I've already accomplished 3 of the most important things I got to get done that day. I've already cleared out my inbox and done all my admin work. By the time everyone else is waking up, I'm running full speed, and I got a head start on everyone. And that's why I can get more done than everyone, because I take advantage of this concept of momentum. You got to be able to build momentum for yourself before you can start servicing everything and everyone else. And that may require you to get up earlier so that you can get that head start and the momentum you need so that you can plow through the day by the time everybody else is just getting started. So getting a head start requires you to get up a little earlier and beat everyone else. Again, my recommendation is get up at 5 a.m. or before 5 a.m. because that gives you a solid 2-hour head start on the average person. Average people wake up somewhere around 7 a.m., between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning. You want to beat what they're doing, you got to get up ahead of them so you can get a head start and build that momentum. And so those are the 5 biggest reasons why I recommend waking up by 5 a.m. So that way you'll get more time, you'll have more peace and quiet, you'll have more time to get more stuff done, your brain will be sharper, you won't have any excuses, and you'll get a head start and build momentum over everyone else. All right, this is Jarvis. I hope this blessed you. If it did, leave a comment below and let me know which one of these 5 is your favorite one. Which one of these reasons is your favorite? All right, this is Jarvis. Until next time, encouraging you to go out and do more, be more, and achieve more than you ever have before. Now it's your turn. Go out there and save the world. And I'll see you in the next video.